again? I know you're gonna edit these out. That's what I be doing.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Sometimes probably won't, man. People like seeing the crazy stuff. All right. What's up, man? This is Brothers to Brothers podcast. I'm your host, TK. That's my boy Rio.
Yes, sir.
And my boy Jermaine is online. Ryan Clark on ESPN about Shedeur Sanders.
We all know that it's not just about him being Deion Sanders' son. It's about the bravado he carries. It's about the fact that he looks a certain way. It is about the fact that the color of his skin sometimes at that position can be questioned. And I believe Shedeur Sanders is going to have.
It's been a lot of backlash with Ryan Clark saying that Ryan Clark should be dismissed from ESPN, NFL, and ESPN talk show.
Trying to take the man's whole livelihood.
Yes. Only because they feel like Ryan Clark brings up race when it comes to certain players of the African-American community.
It's about the fact that he looks a certain way. It is about the fact that the color of his skin sometimes at that position can be questioned.
Whatever you want to call it. I would like to chime in first on this. I feel like, what is ESPN? And why do they have analysts? To give their statistics and their opinion. Why get rid of a man for a harmless opinion about a player and saying that, okay, all he said was it's because he's black? You feel me? That shouldn't be an issue. We've seen over the years in the NFL where Caucasian athletes get a chance to be the top tier. But sometimes we've seen African-American athletes be top tier and they mess it up. One person in the mind, Jamarcus Russell. Now, Shedeur, in this situation with him, come on, man. At the end of the day, my opinion, he can't be his father. He has to be himself. With the mouth can get you sometimes. It can hurt you sometimes. And like I said, Ryan Clark said that it dropped his stock. But hey, the man only dropped to three spots. The Giants might take him via Mel Kiper. The Giants might take Shedeur as their next quarterback.
Colorado. So for Shedeur Sanders, I think he's a perfect fit. You got a coach, a GM picking their guy, getting their quarterback with the Giants in a division with Hurts and Prescott and the emerging superstar in Jaden Daniels. You got to close that gap. You got to get right where those teams are. And I think Shedeur Sanders will give them that opportunity.
So I don't agree with them saying that the man should be done. People hate you when they say stuff like that. Come on, man. Chime in, man. Rio, go ahead, man. I just think, man, it's just disrespectful to the man and his craft.
So, like you said, ESPN hired these people to give statistics and their opinion because we all know a lot of that stuff be opinion-based. Now, as far as what he said, I saw he's talking about like they don't like him. They call him arrogant because he won't bend the knee to the people and all this type stuff, and he's being unapologetically himself. Like I said, I feel like Ryan Clark is – I'm not about the race thing. If we look at it, it also may have something to do with the position he plays, which is the quarterback. Of course, the black quarterbacks are superseding and taking over because they're dual threat quarterbacks more than likely, and they are succeeding a lot more than the others.
Caucasian American quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I say Caucasian because it's respectful, man.
Yeah.
Just like they should call us African American.
Yeah.
Caucasian American, African American. Go ahead, my bad.
You good. So, and I say that to say with the position because you look back, I look back and you see numerous of quarterbacks that have different jobs. And it's two quarterbacks I can think about that probably could have had those jobs that the Caucasian Americans, a lot of them have. And, of course, they're backup quarterbacks. You think about Cam Newton and you think about, what's my guy with the knee, dropped the knee with the fro. You know what I'm talking about.
I forgot his name.
Did the protest. Colin Kaepernick, man. Those two for years if you just looked at their game, they was better than a lot of quarterbacks that were getting jobs. But I just think when you don't succumb to what they want you to do in the NFL, because we all know the NFL is still predominantly led by the organization. What I mean by that is, if you look at NBA, it's like a player-led organization. The NFL is more so GMs and owners led. Like they still make sure you toe that line. They make sure you stand in your lane they want you to be in for the most part. As opposed, like I said, their counterpart, the NBA, it's more time than none where you hear a coach getting fired because a player wasn't satisfied. And of course, they had to do a lot with the paychecks because you ain't gonna be paying a person this much money and not have them satisfied and make them feel like the coach is messing them up. And that's the same on the flip side of the NFL. Most players that don't fall in line, and most times it's our African American players, when they don't fall in line, they tend to get rid of them. They don't give them a chance and stuff like that. And I think this is what Ryan Clark is speaking to. I don't think it's more so towards Shedeur. I think it's more so just towards the organization as a whole and what they do to people that be what they call, again, what they say is arrogant, which they don't really like that, especially from the African Americans. Now, I will also say, too, I do feel like Shedeur and his friend that he works out with, like Cam Ward, do have a bit of cocky confidence, but it's still confidence. Like, I still think they're humble enough to know that they have to work, but they also know that with the work they're putting in, they know they're very good. Like, and I think that's the biggest thing. I think they're not shy to say this, especially Shedeur. He's not shy to say how good he is. Now, he made a comment about y'all say history repeats itself. I done changed a SWAT program around, and then I went and changed Colorado around, which is swag, of course, D I love, bleed blue, Jack State. Shout out to y'all. So I get it. He has done it twice. You know, he has put both schools on the map. In all honesty, he put a whole conference on the map when he went to Jackson State because everybody's paying a lot more attention to HBCUs. So, you know, so I get it. But like I said, what Ryan Clark said, man, I don't think he should lose his job. I think that's just crazy to me. I think that's stupid. Like, for people to say he need to be fired from everything. Like, this man got a whole life that he got to sustain too.
Yeah, that's real crazy. Jermaine, what's up? What's your thing, bro?
I didn't see anything with the sports analyst saying he should be fired, but I do see something about NFL fans saying he need to be fired.
Some sports analysts in the end, yeah, they on that level, bro.
I mean, the thing is,
because they tired of him on pulling the race card too.
Not about a race thing, man. It's a race thing, man. Much we don't want to say it's a race thing. When it's a black athlete, no matter what sport, soccer, baseball, basketball, football, tennis. When it's a black athlete that's at the top tier, the head, he's the head coming out of college, so he's the best coming out of college. When it's a black athlete and we got a type of like showmanship or confidence in us or something, and we ain't trying to listen, like do what you want us to do. You can't tell us what to do. We gonna do what we want to do, as long as it ain't illegal or nothing like going against. But you know what I'm saying? We go against the grain. Y'all don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
But it ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm not being disrespectful or anything. But if I'm not finna be your puppet, that's what they don't like. You can't control me. One reason you can't control him because his dad. He got a strong black father figure in his life that ain't finna let that go down. And y'all don't like this. Y'all don't like it. That's what it is, man. This man just speaking on it. Now, so the 1 to 3, dropping from 1 to 3.
That's not a drop. I mean, his stock didn't drop.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was a hard case.
Both quarterbacks are equally talented. So,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Now, you mentioned off the air something about some meetings or something. I don't know nothing about that. That's behind closed doors. I can't speak on that. I highly doubted that this man was being in those meetings being disrespectful.
No, it wasn't meetings. It was the draft interviews during the pre draft combine. So
okay.
Yeah, he was
But it still wasn't disrespectful. What
it
he was
wasn't
saying.
disrespectful. He was just saying. A reporter asked him, "What do you think about I guess the naysayers, the haters?" You know what I'm saying? He said, "Do you know who I am? Like I'm my daddy's son." You know what I'm saying? Like we've been dealing with this all our lives. You know, this is nothing to me. This cool.
What's
so
wrong with that?
It's nothing wrong with that. But see, the thing what they saying is, man, you have to play the game before you do that. A lot of times, man, we got athletes, man, they coming in, and the reason is they getting paid, bro. The payments are there. The NIL, the payment came fast. Millions of dollars.
They already
came
seeing
fast.
money. So yeah.
You got the guy that's going to Michigan. He already talking about it's over with to LeBron for Ohio State. And Michigan paid the new kid, the quarterback, maybe a $10 million deal for 2 years, a NIL deal. But what I'm saying is, man, the money does that regardless of what anybody say. The money do that for dudes. When they wasn't getting the money, they wouldn't be talking like that.
But that don't apply to Shador because his daddy got money, so he already grew up with
Yeah,
money.
that's what he's saying.
That's not your money though until he passed. But that's not your money. The thing is, you should.
So that don't apply to him.
It doesn't.
Even though it's not his money, he didn't struggle.
Still,
So
man.
that
What
don't apply
What do they tell an African American that gets stopped by a cop? Why don't they comply? Let's get deeper.
Yeah.
Why do we? Why we don't comply?
You can't make me bow down. You can't make me be your puppet. I can say what I want to say.
So you believe it's the puppet over the law?
Yes, they can't control him. If you can't control a black man, you scared. You get
Okay,
scared.
so guess what
A
though?
black
This
man
is
that knows his worth and
Yeah.
know that you can't control him. The world is afraid of him.
I agree.
They can't control
But-
that dude because he been raised right. His daddy got him right.
Okay, so I'm paying you my money and you telling me you ain't gonna comply? So
I'm not gonna break
go
your
make your
rules.
own money.
I'm not gonna break your rules. I'm gonna do what you asked me to do. But you're not gonna control me. You're not gonna.
It ain't them. It's not them controlling them. It's not them control. Well, at the end of the day,
At the end of the day, I'm gonna hype
Yeah.
myself up too. I'm not, man. Look, I just came.
It's cool.
Because I used to be that little shy one, and then hell no. Just go back to that LeBron James conversation we had. My daddy, if he was in my life, hyped me all the way to F up. Just what I'm gonna do with Prince. I don't care if you like it or not. It ain't for you to like. We ain't here for you to like us.
but you want me to pay you my money.
What you mean? Somebody gonna pay me?
But the thing is, you gotta abide. But you gonna have to abide by somebody's rules, regardless of.
No, he said I'm my daddy's son.
But he's
Do you know
no,
who I
he's.
am? My daddy's son. We've been dealing with this.
But
This
just
ain't
because he
nothing-
said that, it caused him a couple spots. Now you got to go change a program. Now you got to go. Now you got to go change. Now you got to go change. Let me finish. Now you got to go change a program, not a program, an organization. If they draft you, the NFL draft is totally different because it's a possibility you can drop more slots than that. Have you ever seen Draft Day?
Yeah.
And you seen Bo Nix?
Yeah.
What happened to Bo Nix? He was projected to be top tier, right?
Yeah.
Until my boy Vontae.
Hey, but
Said
you saw,
watch.
you saw what the note said.
What the note say?
I always draft Vontae.
Always draft Vontae. But what I'm saying is, it's a possibility that you can drop, and you can drop to where you don't want to drop.
Okay, but you can drop to where you're supposed to be too. 'cause
Sometimes,
everything
bro,
happens for a
get on the team first
reason.
before you
But
start running.
Look, that team might not be for him, and everything happened for a reason. Tom
All right.
Brady didn't get drafted high, and he the greatest, arguably the greatest player ever.
But
Sometimes you go
Tom
left,
Brady didn't go
sometimes
into
you go
press
right.
conferences.
But sometimes
Tom Brady.
you think you're supposed to go right and you go left, and that decision of you going left was right there where you're supposed to be. That
And
was your
sometimes that decision will get you right out the door. Go ahead.
Let me say this.
Black people got stopped trying to criticize each other with stuff like this.
I don't-
All right,
That
hold
man
on, hold on.
did
Let me.
nothing wrong. He ain't did nothing
Hold on,
disrespectful.
hold on. So I wholeheartedly get both sides. I get what both
Yeah.
y'all saying. I think Tim is saying people paying him, so he need to abide by their rules. They didn't want to pay him.
Not abide by their rules,
but more so,
but
just-
still,
yeah.
just right now, you're not even drafted.
Yeah, and I think Jermaine is saying, I know how good I am. I'm gonna be me. So if you get mad about me being me, somebody's still gonna accept me for being me. I
I don't supposed to be there.
yeah.
Okay.
And
All
I
right.
guess
Okay.
now I think he gonna get drafted high.
He will.
He may still go one for how I feel.
Man, that draft
I-
tricky, man.
I think, but he could. But I think he's still gonna go high. I think he's still gonna be a lottery pick. I think what's going to happen is though, if he doesn't, after all the stuff he done did, if he doesn't perform like he should, his chances are gonna be very low for them to keep believing in him. And that's from any team. I think they're going to look at him and be like, hey, he was this arrogant little kid that did all this talking, and he got here and can't show for it. And I think that's the problem where the talking. I think that's where it hits. And I don't think it hits now. I think they're gonna give him a chance. Cause somebody like that.
Yeah.
Somebody. It's a GM somewhere liking. I like that confidence. I love it. That's what we need in this organization. We need somebody that can believe in whatever we got going on. We need that. I think the problem gonna happen is if he doesn't succeed, they're gonna remember all of this, and then they're gonna bring it up. Going back to what you say about LeBron and Bronny. That's what happened with Bronny. His best friend told him. Bron put Bronny on the spot when he released that statement that my son is better than half this NBA. And that's the thing Shedeur is doing. He putting the spotlight on his back. So when people see him and he don't perform, they're gonna be like, "Look, you did all that talking. Now we gonna crucify you. We gonna do your dad."
That's where I'm coming at.
I got two things to say about that. Shedeur gonna make more money than anybody for any team than any draft pick in that league coming in.
Not Travis Hunter.
I don't know about Travis.
Don't get crazy now. Don't get crazy on me now. Do not get crazy on me. Do you see Travis Hunter going on there? Let me tell you how well.
Hold on. That's my first thing. And the second thing is with the quarterback situation, you want a Shedeur who withstands all the trials and tribulations, all the BS you talking, no matter what it is, or you want somebody who ain't finished the game.
Who ain't what?
Who didn't finish the game?
Who didn't finish what game?
It's my Cam Ward.
He quit. So which one you want to draft?
Go check how far he got up in the conferences, bro.
I don't give a dog.
I think my both of they bowl games.
You better.
Cam quit on the bowl game.
With you a GM, which one you want?
Oh.
The one that walked out and didn't finish the game, or the one that withstood everything and he just talking about?
Was he hurt? Was he hurt? Did you see if he was hurt or not?
He wasn't hurt. I just read up on it. He said it was they said it was a business decision.
So how many people make business decisions?
All right,
He made a business decision not to work out in the combine.
Shedeur did call him out on that though.
But what they say about not working out in the combine?
Listen, that's what he said.
But did he not make a business decision with not working out in the combine?
Listen to him. No, you ain't listening. That's what he said. My eyes saw him not finish that game, and no injury report came out. So that means he quit. Whether you saying it was a business decision or not.
No, you said it was a business decision.
That's what I read.
Yeah.
I had to look up and read why he didn't finish the game.
But what I'm telling you, it was a business decision for him not to perform it was a business decision for the Shedeur not to perform in the.
You shouldn't even suit it up.
But wasn't it a business decision? Listen, man, wasn't it a business decision for him not to perform in the pre-draft, in the draft, combine? That's a business decision because you could possibly do bad and drop your stock.
But what though? I ain't got nothing to prove.
Oh my Lord, man! You supposed to.
Well,
most number ones don't.
That's a tryout. That's a tryout.
He ended his season